Okay, my camera seems to be wrong. My camera is very bad quality.
Yeah,
your camera is not there. Where did your camera go?
You tell him, dude.
Oh, okay. Hello, guys. Just wait for a couple of seconds while I fix a couple of things because somebody decided to come a little late.
Welcome, guys. By the way, first done. Yes, we do have music. My cousin Praneeth made it. Shout out to him. Pretty
Also,
cool.
why does Audie's camera look more potato than mine?
Because that's the truth.
I see.
Even though it shouldn't be, but it generally is.
Yep, it is what it is.
Okay, now my face is gonna take over everything. Okay, wait, I'll make sure it doesn't take over everything. I will. Okay, so we have a reason why this is such a mess. So we will tell everything. We will let you guys know everything about everything. I just need to make sure that my face isn't dwarfing the others. Stream stuff. Oops, wrong position over there. Oh yeah, I got my video on. I just need to make it bigger.
Next.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, that works.
Nice.
Doesn't it?
What a contrast and quality.
It works.
Yeah, I unfortunately could not figure out why it's this high in contrast. And yeah, we can also go live on Reddit. And oh wait, Reddit already live? Shit.
You send the link.
Yeah, just a sec. Reddit is just like it's live, but there's nothing going to it right now, so that's a real problem. Yeah.
What up, buddy? How's it going? While Bro
Yes.
fixes it.
Yes, thank you.
How
Do I
was
really
your
need to
day?
ask you guys every time to just
Bro, you guys are doing IT support. I'm like, okay, might as well start the conversation. Audi, how's it going?
No, that's not the question you're supposed to ask.
Audi, where is it going?
That is also another question. Let me ask. Sid, bro, how was your day today?
It started with a lot of diarrhea.
I see.
That's all
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say.
we should be giving such
Hey, you
gritty
asked
details.
me. Don't ask me. That's why I
We
asked you how
already
your
knew.
day
I
was.
don't think our audience wanted to know.
that is
Just
true. I'm
being
pretty
honest.
sure nobody wanted to know.
Yes.
Yes.
The few
I
viewers
guess.
that we have are probably watching in disgust right now.
Okay.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it was pretty bad. That's why we had to delay it.
Oh my god. Yes, that makes a lot of
to know.
sense. Okay, we should be live on Reddit and what's it called? Instagram as well. And I am messing up messing up the layout Sid put so much effort into making. So sorry, Sid.
That's okay.
I tried. Also, Sid has no glasses today, which makes him look very weird. I'm
weirder
not
than
used to
usual.
it. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not used to it. Yeah.
I don't
But
like
I'm
it.
actually.
Bro, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but your video on Discord is not coming up for us. For me, anyways. Sid
Yeah,
is
I mean,
coming
I
up
can't
for
see his video on
Ah, okay.
Discord, but that's okay. Random
Yeah,
Otaku,
now
did
that I
you
said
catch
it, now
up
he's
to
going to-
One
Oh, there he goes back.
Piece? You were supposed to talk. No, sorry, I did
No,
not
we
catch.
decided
I
to
did
catch
not
up to
catch
something else.
anything.
Okay, we are live on Reddit. Thank God for
Yes.
that. Everything seems to be working fine.
Yes, Drew is
Finally,
also here. Yes.
yes, I'm
I can
here.
see integrated camera over there on Sid's Sid's
yeah,
screen on the stream.
Where?
Integrated cam. Just check the stream. You can see the overlay.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Discord
yeah,
is open. Oh no, sorry. Okay, that's
Yeah.
just a Discord overlay. Okay, I freaked out because
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
know,
what
I know,
just
I know.
randomly came up over here?
Okay,
It's
I
fine,
think
it's fine.
Okay, we're
we're
all
fine.
things seem
Shit's
to be in
normal
order.
now. Like everything's good.
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
we have a reason. Okay, I swear we aren't just bad streamers, which we are. We probably are.
We
But
probably are definitely. Yeah.
we have a solid reason this time.
Yes.
We actually had to reset up everything in our streaming setup because I managed to do a little bit of a tech upgrade. You can see that my good old laptop is now again a photo stand, so to speak.
It has replaced
Yes,
your
we
older
have
laptop.
lots of news. We have lots of stuff to say.
And I finally managed to get a new laptop, which is great.
Yay!
And that's
play
what we are
clapping
doing.
sound.
That's what we're doing for this. It's like there's a lot of stuff we're doing. Okay, I just saw YouTube chat and it's like completely crazy. What the hell was going on?
Sid's cam is being
Yeah.
covered, yeah. Sid,
Yeah,
Sid has
they were
right-clicked
just
and it
talking
is-
about the overlay and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, we
But
will
yeah,
still be on a bit of a delay, and I am going to be talking through that and making sure we shouldn't be too bad. Again, I will be a little distracted this time, but from the next time onwards, I should basically be looking straight into the camera because everything should be
Calibrated
set up
with
and
your
ready to
laptop.
go.
Basically, yeah.
But
It
till
seems
then, you
pretty
guys
smooth.
have to like deal
Forrest
with my
done.
shit.
New laptop. I demand less latency.
And you will get it.
The latency is
You'll
as
get a
less
lot
as it
more.
can be. Here we go.
Yeah.
We got a chat on our stream this time. If people who are looking at the
Ayo.
vertical stream can't see it, please head over to YouTube if you'd like.
Yeah.
Weeb101 podcast on YouTube.
Upgrades.
We have a better
Yes.
stream on YouTube because Reddit doesn't really let us do too much live,
We're limited, yeah.
Instagram also doesn't let us do too much live. So we unfortunately have to
Speaking
avoid
of,
those. But yes, we
speaking
can
of Reddit
get
not doing
started
too much
finally.
on my end. I
Dude,
can't see the
random-
stream loading in, so
I
Just-
see.
Well, I don't know. But
That was
random
quick.
otaku,
Thank you. 6
Dude,
watchers
random
on
otaku is
Reddit. It says
asking you.
tuning. Yeah.
kitna rokda?
I am not comfortable revealing that on stream.
I know you don't have to say.
how many platforms are you
yeah.
streaming on right now? Around
We are on
On
six different platforms.
Yes.
And let me say, okay, I did not think that my tech upgrade would change a lot, and oh my god, it changed so much. And Audie, you are right, the Reddit stream is seemingly stuck, and I'm not sure why.
no, like if you refresh it, it goes on from like a previous point, and then it just stops at like a few seconds later. So you have to kind of just keep refreshing it. I think after a while, it just sort of recalibrates it and it just starts all over again. So it kind of runs fresh, and you kind of see everything running fine.
Okay.
So I think it's just a matter of giving it time.
Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, they're asking the price was your soul, wasn't it, bro?
Yes, it was definitely my soul. That is true.
Definitely. He did sell his soul
gave
for
up my
this.
soul for a new piece of tech. And yes, we are using OBS. Hey, we're not going to reveal stream details on stream. You know, we're not going to give you our secret sauce.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Forrest
have
says
our
around
own
9 seconds of
setups.
latency, much better than before. Okay, look, I have a capable laptop and I have gigabit Ethernet right now connected. Okay, so then it is literally the best the stream can get. Unless I
Yes.
manage to buy like a full-blown desktop 3090 or something, there's no way I can reduce latency. So yeah. Are you guys screaming on Twitter?
Screaming on Twitter.
Beyond
Yes, we
screaming?
are screaming on Twitter. Yes, we scream. We just do that all the time. We
Yes,
scream a
real
lot.
loudly.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to quickly stop our vertical format and just start it again because it seems to there's something
Hey,
seems to be wrong.
this
So I'm
thing,
not sure.
did you guys start reading anything new except the ones that we have in the topic?
Yes, I have, and I revealed it to you because you guessed it exactly right.
Yeah, but my question was directed more towards Mr. Audi.
No, I
over
didn't.
here.
I did
What
not
have you
actually.
been doing?
Pretty much sitting on Reddit and doing my 3D renders. Nothing else. Not read much else aside from
Damn,
that.
you can do
that we-
3D renders on Reddit?
Sure,
Oh my god.
I guess.
Yes, fine. It was a shitty joke. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
not as shitty as Forrest Dan with the JoJo meme.
I demand a JoJo video. Forrest Dan has been demanding a JoJo video ever since he came on.
I
Like the
can't make it, I'm
first
sorry.
time.
I would love to make a JoJo video, but Brew wouldn't do justice to it, so
Yeah.
I would never
What do you mean
make
I
that.
wouldn't do justice to it? I would do justice to any video. I am a professional actor. Wow.
Professional
Damn,
indeed.
our new bot just deleted all of Forrest Dan's messages for... Okay, I see. Dan, you apparently triggered the bot. That's very interesting
Yes.
to know.
Good to
Apparently stop spamming caps. I did not know that the bot did this.
Yeah, we
I just
added a
figured it
bot.
out today.
We
Yes.
added a bot and it seems to be doing its job, so to speak. So thank you, bot, even though you're a bot. I don't know.
delete Nightbot. I'm such a good
What is
fan.
done? We learning new things about the bot at the same time you are, you know.
Okay, the random otaku is also starting to type in caps, so now he's also going to be banned. Okay. No, we're just trying out the bot. If it works, it seems to be working really well, but if it works, we will keep
Straight
it
up
on.
remove.
Yes.
Okay, so we can get started with our stuff finally.
Reddit is running. Is
It,
there a different link?
No, it's the same link. It's not running. I don't know why, but it seems to be running and then it seems to be pausing and then dying and then it seems to be running and then it seems to be pausing and dying. And nobody on Reddit chat is saying anything, even though we have 9 watchers. So I'm really not sure what's going on with Reddit.
We have 7 minutes of runtime as well, so I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it's very weird. We're not dropping
Confusing.
any frames. We're not doing anything wrong, so I'm not
We
really
can't
sure.
be dropping any frames at all today.
Yeah. Okay.
Random Otaku and Forest are not protesting against the bot.
Why would you
They are
guys
not
protest
happy.
against the bot? Okay, I'm switching off this. I'm switching off Reddit right now, and I'm going to restart it one last time. And if it doesn't work, we're just going to do it without Reddit. Okay,
they are
that's
not
it.
happy with losing the rights to caps lock.
Hey, you can caps lock. You just can't caps lock spam. I
Caps
guess.
lock and moderation.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. It's not that hard, guys. Come on.
Yeah. You can't. You
I'm
can yell
pretty
at
sure.
Audi once, but not like again and
Okay,
again.
Sid, they always yell at us. Okay, they love Audi too
Yes.
much. You know that's true.
I feel like that has changed over time. But
He is
yes,
saying I need to caps lock spam at Audi, so like that is the purpose. He wants us to remove the bot.
I guess.
Okay, we can think about removing the bot later, but not now. Because
Yeah, not now. And I'll look
I-
into the caps lock thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we should be like, yes, just delete Dan's messages, but leave Random Otaku alone, because
Yeah,
Dan
leave Random
usually
Otaku.
insults us with his loud ass comments, but not Random Otaku. Random Otaku is a boy.
He's just confused in chat. He doesn't even understand half the time what is happening.
Yeah. Okay, a new Reddit link has been put up on our special group, and hopefully that works. Okay, we can
And
get
the
started
first
on the
10
freaking
minutes.
topics. Finally, the
Yes,
first 10
please.
minutes was just us doing
Just
random
fixing
shit
Reddit.
apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can start. Okay, so guys,
Yes.
how was your week? How of manga? How was it?
It was pretty my week was pretty shit, to be honest. As you
Yeah,
know,
that-
you have been
Hey, I
hearing.
didn't ask about your personal life. I said about manga.
Yeah, because it was shit. I couldn't, really
Read or-
read any manga. Yeah.
Oh wait, you still haven't finished
This is
the
just-
manga of
No, no, I couldn't. I had no freaking time, dude. I was too busy dying.
I
Sorry.
see. Well, makes sense, I guess.
Yes.
No, it doesn't. You should have died, but you should have still done it.
On my deathbed, the last thing I'll be reading is the manga, so I can possibly do the podcast if I'm alive. Yes.
Okay, our program went off air on Reddit. Okay, if anyone can hear on Reddit, I'm sorry,
I
but
can see a cat on Reddit. So yes.
we are basically done with that, I think.
Yeah. It's not running over.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, so we can get started with our topics. I've prepared topics
Yes.
for today, which
We can
is
get
going
started.
to be. Which one do you guys want to do first? Because I have a lot to say about Fire Punch, but
Let's start
Mujirushi.
with Mujirushi and get it over
Yeah,
with.
sure.
Okay.
It's a small.
Because it's
list, you can
shorter.
just-
Yes.
We can talk about it.
Yes. Okay. We will start with Mujirushi
Yeah.
then.
So if any of you guys have read Mujirushi, let us know. If you haven't, you can go read it right now. Close this podcast.
Sid with his constant.
No, but you can actually just read it and come back again. It's like 9 chapters.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah.
So I will quickly say my points because I legitimately don't think I can add anything of value to this particular
Yes.
discussion. Okay, so here's the thing. It's about this journey in France basically, and
Yes.
there's this French character, and while the original Japanese manga has proper Japanese written there,
It does.
when
Yeah.
somebody, I don't know who translated this, I don't know
Viz.
which idiot it was, because trust me, I would
Yeah.
like to kill that person. No, I don't know who in Viz. Okay,
Oh, who in Viz,
because
okay, yeah.
it made me genuinely angry for once, because I was like, listen, every word is like accented in the translation, so it's not his, it's is, it's not
Er.
her, it's er. Yeah, and after a point I lost track of what was going on. I just couldn't understand anything because everything was accented, and I was like, god damn it, I can't do it.
Yeah. And wait, you did attempt reading it though.
I read the whole thing.
But
I
it's
read the
only
whole
one
thing.
character whose dialogue is like accented, right?
But that guy has like the
Yeah.
most lines. Like if you take the manga, he probably has like 8 chapters of lines, and there's one chapter
Yeah, he
dedicated
is
to
like the
everything
brains
else.
behind everything. He's the explanation for everything.
and
So it makes sense that
and
they
he
are right.
keeps talking. He does not stop talking, and it's always okay. Again, I have nothing against the story. It's just that everything is accented, and because it's accented, it's just really annoying to read. Maybe you guys are okay with it. Audi said it wasn't a problem for him.
Yeah, it wasn't a problem
It
for
wasn't a
me
problem
either.
for
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, I could understand it pretty easily.
I was just sitting there like, what is?
Like,
I've
it did
lost
seem a
track
bit
after
odd
a
at the
point.
time when I was reading it, because I thought like the first time I read something like that, I was like, it might be a typo error, but
Yeah.
you can put it past them, it's fine. But then I saw this like sort of theme going on. Where
Yeah,
they're
they
going with
developed this thing,
the
yeah.
Sebon, and they're like dropping in random French bombs every now and then. I'm like, okay, it's supposed to be English at the end of the day, kind of.
Yeah.
Calm down.
They should have just kept it in English,
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have just kept it in English, because that would have actually been much better, I feel.
Because it's freaking now Kurosawa, dude. Like,
Yeah.
his stories are amazing, and that's just spoiled the experience. a
No,
little.
and the thing is,
even
like,
though we
when-
understood it.
When manga is usually translated, there is the whole
Yeah.
thing of okay, so this person is speaking in X language, this person is speaking in Japanese, this person is speaking in English. All that is usually put out there. So
In a bracket. Yeah.
I genuinely do not know why they decided to just
I think
accent
it
the
just
English
felt
instead of
like
just saying, yeah, this
they
guy
wanted to
speaks
explore
French.
it. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just felt like, fuck it, this guy's going to speak French, and they thought, he's going to be doing the whole being smart ass about it. So they wanted to kind of add it in the dialogue. Who knows?
Yeah.
Are you telling me
It
that
seemed
not
a bit
one
off.
person thought maybe
They
we
wanted
have
to-
one version which has like normal English?
Yeah.
Maybe, but then again, you said that it was in proper Japanese, so it seemed a bit odd that they took the liberty of doing it for themselves and not the manga himself.
Yeah, of course. That's the thing with most translations, right? That's why we can't really. It's difficult to judge like the dialogue of the manga because we aren't reading it in Japanese. So if you see our Weeb101 like our videos, we never really do that. We never really comment on the dialogue, or we comment on what we understood from the English version of the dialogue, like we did for some.
Yeah,
I think
and
it's
okay,
like that.
I will gladly admit that I am illiterate and I do not know any language other than English properly. So I really appreciate it when the English translation is actually English translated and not
Yes.
heavily accented for some reason.
I understand. But yeah,
That being said, you could have still like, I don't know, like filled in the lines here
Yeah,
and
but
there.
here's the
like
thing.
for yourself.
Okay, I already have to think about this like gigabrain story that's going on over here.
You're the fucking mastermind over here.
Yeah, and then I need to sit through each one of these guys'
Yeah.
dialogues and be like, okay, by this is he means is, by that is he means his, and I got tired of it after one chapter of that. I was like, I'm done. I don't care what this guy has to say anymore. I'm just done.
Yeah. No, son, I did prefer it. We have a few questions. Random
go ahead,
Otaku is confused again. And Forrest Dan is asking what is the best translation we've ever read before Audi continues with his story. But I don't know actually what's the best translation I've ever read.
I don't think I've ever looked at the translation as such, because more often
Yeah.
than not, the translation was good enough for us to understand. There are like the occasional errors and whatnot,
Yeah.
but we kind of overlook them. We don't really nitpick on those, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't
Like this is the
really-
first time we've actually
nothing
had a
stands
genuine
out.
problem with the
Yeah.
translation. But otherwise, it's never a thing that we kind of talk about, unless the bro over here has like extreme problems reading it.
Okay, see, again, it's not that I had extreme problems reading it, just that it wasn't understandable after a point.
Yeah.
Okay, Random Otaku says, by the way, 3 days ago was my birthday.
Oh,
Belated happy birthday.
Belated happy birthday.
Yes.
We
From
celebrate
Weeb101.
our fans. Is it fan the right word? We celebrate our fans' birthdays. Yes.
Yes.
Let us know when it's your birthday. We will all say happy birthday.
But to continue, since this thing, Drew, if you're done, I wanted to ask Scotty what he thought about this story, because clearly you said you didn't understand anything.
I
I
understood
expected-
a good amount. It's not like I didn't understand
Okay.
anything. It's just that
Okay.
I would have really appreciated a clearer dialogue. That's all.
So did you finish it or no?
Yeah, I finished it. I understood
okay,
the whole
okay.
base plot of it. That
Okay.
that wasn't really hard to understand.
Yeah.
I expected you to give up. Like the second I read it, like this
Damn,
guy's
I
not gonna
really
read
do.
it.
Like, I read one chapter only, and like they set up like his family, and he makes
Yeah.
in the beginning the Donald Trump this thing.
Yeah, but
Not
that-
exactly, but yes.
That character is
You know.
basically Trump and Clinton like mixed together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beverly
Dude,
something.
that looked that was freaking hilarious, and the masks and everything. They
Yep.
did a great job with that.
It almost seemed something like in the beginning, anyways, until they revealed what the whole plan was. It seemed like something out of Ocean's 11.
Yeah, it
Like a
basically
whole
was.
heist
Does
thing
it?
happening with an ultra 4D chess plan being thought of by this guy.
And the ending was basically this thing, right? V for Vendetta, right? That's literally what the ending was.
Was it?
Was it?
Yeah,
Was it
everyone
all-
wears the same mask and runs around and nobody
Oh,
knows
yeah.
who the actual perpetrator is.
That makes sense.
Oh, I see.
So
The
basically,
ending
he
is a
just
bit more.
yeah. So basically,
Sort of
in
like
the
the
end,
ending.
everyone just wears the same mask and they're all running around. So there's pandemonium everywhere, and nobody knows who's who. And that's how. Spoiler alert, by the way. Sorry.
At this point, people should have been done reading the manga. Like we want them like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
of
but
it.
Mujirushi is it's actually not that old. It's actually 2017-18.
Yeah, it has to
Oh.
be because
Yeah.
Trump and Hillary, the
Exactly,
whole
yeah.
references.
After
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, like they
Makes
both like Urasawa just like mocked both of them.
Skill hasn't exactly dropped
Well,
since he last.
why would it drop?
I don't know. I feel like more often there'll be like an incline for many people. It seemed to be really pretty constant for him.
Dude, mangakas do get better with time. Like mostly that what we have seen, right? They do improve. So
Yeah, that
Well,
Wouldn't
not
recommend
not
it.
for our next guy.
well, he did get better technically. if
Yes,
you
he did
think
get
about
better
it.
technically.
He did get better too.
that's. But let's finish talking about
Yeah.
this.
So,
Then
what do you
give
think
chat
about the
a-
story? Yeah. What do you guys think? You still haven't told me.
The story was it was fine. It wasn't like mind blowing to me, especially because of
Yeah.
the reduced experience I had with the mistranslation. But
Yeah.
aside from that, it was a good story. It seemed very. It seemed like one of those romantic stories, where you like romanticize something. You're like, oh, I want to go on an adventure. I want to go to that place. So
Oh,
it
I
seemed like
see, yeah.
that, and it was really. I would have enjoyed it if I could understand it fully.
yes, again, yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
And
This thing.
Audron.
I feel like again I thought it was a whole heist thing again, I was kind of hooked onto it, but then it had a nice ending to it. I didn't have as much difficulty reading the translation as such, so I kind of
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It again,
Yes.
nothing mind blowing. I just had in the end when they revealed it, my only reactions. Oh damn! All this for that. Nice.
Yeah. So
So you did like that, yeah.
yeah, it's a very warm, fuzzy feeling in your heart type of story. But it's kind of bittersweet actually, because the good romantic thing happens, but then the bad thing also happens. So
So unlike Monster,
yeah, unlike Monster.
okay. yeah,
Unlike Monster, very much so.
not a good fuzzy feeling at the end of that one.
Yeah.
Very
Good.
cold and very dark, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm still gonna read it and finish it because I've read only one chapter and I was
I
enjoying it.
thought when you said you didn't finish it, I thought you were talking about Fire Punch, not this. What?
Fire Punch, that's different. That I didn't finish on purpose. This one I actually
Yeah, I
couldn't
realized
finish.
that, but I
wanted to
kind of
read.
connected
Yeah.
the two, and I was like, did he not finish Fire Punch? Okay, makes sense.
No, but I wanted to. But yeah, pretty good. For
I
those
see.
who haven't read, check out Mujirushi. Random Otaku is confused what we're talking about.
Okay. So here's the thing, Random Otaku. If actually, okay, you know what? Every time you see that we scheduled a live on YouTube, just read the manga. You won't be confused anymore.
Yeah,
I
read
swear.
the title. Yeah, you see Muji. It's 9 chapters, so you can just read it and then you can, or like based on what we're saying, you can check it out. Like he's saying, if you guys were confused, then how will I understand?
Yeah.
Give it a try. Like bit different, so you may understand it or may not.
Oh, my dog is barking.
in the
here.
time it took you
He
to write, if you
agrees.
guys were confused,
Yeah.
you could have finished the manga. That's how short it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one sec. We have a comment from Reddit. Worldwide Cooper says it's so crazy. I was literally watching a YouTube video about Chainsaw Man and they compare it to your laptop screensaver. That's crazy. Fire Punch. Yeah, it's by the same author. That's why they
That's
probably
why they
compared it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's the same guy.
if you were
it's
a
what
fan,
he did before.
if you're a fan of that, then we you probably aren't going to like the rest of the
You
stream.
probably aren't gonna like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Dan says I don't read manga. I see. Also, Dan did. Okay, but also guys, just in case any of you are feeling feeling ignored by any chance, we are trying to finish topics and then move on to chat so that we don't interrupt each other. We realize that Sid and I realize that we interrupt somebody a lot every day.
A lot, yes,
so we decided to make sure we all finish our points before we move on to chat. And before we move on to our next topic, Randamutako says, okay, I'm gonna read it while you guys talk. The tab will still be open. No, that he was kidding. Don't read it right now. No. Okay, Dan says I hate your topics, and yet you listen to us every day. Isn't that nice?
That's Chainsaw Man was trash.
True love indeed.
Also, Worldwide Cooper asks, what do you guys like better? I probably would prefer Chainsaw Man, but to be honest with you, dude, I'm not a fan of either one.
Neither one of them. Not a big fan of the mangaka.
And I will justify why it's the mangaka is not a great mangaka, but yeah. And
our role model.
Yeah, we aren't huge fans, like we enjoyed reading the Mujirushi more than that one.
That's definitely
as far
true.
As I know.
Me too.
Definitely.
I didn't even like the accent in English, and I still appreciated it more. And Dan says your take on Chainsaw Man was trash and your take on Fire Punch will be trash. See, here's the thing, that it's like the same thing we were talking about last podcast, which is like, if you like it, that's great for you. I think that's great. But then if I don't like it, well, I don't see anything great about this mangaka. To be very honest. Okay, let's talk Fire Punch. Okay,
let's
wait.
start.
Now Worldwide Cooper just said I just subbed. Thanks, Worldwide Cooper.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you.
But anyways.
Okay, we can start with Fire Punch. Okay, I think Worldwide Cooper is going to leave right now.
Yeah, he's gonna answer up in 2 minutes.
Especially the philosophical aspect, but of course you don't get into the philosophy or analysis unless you're talking about One Piece. Dan is trying to get a reaction out of me, but I'm going to ignore that because here's the problem. There is no philosophy
there is no philosophy,
manga,
dude. Like people see random shit and they're like, "Ooh, it's so philosophical." There's no fucking philosophy in that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like basic bitch, and I'm just going to quickly change the image over here so that we can get. But yeah, Sid, you read the least. What are your thoughts on Fire Punch?
Dude, it was. So I'll honestly tell you what I thought while reading it. Okay, honestly, I may be wrong, but I don't care. It's how I felt.
Yes.
So usually when you read manga, right, there's a certain flow that you're following. Naturally, you can follow panels from one to another. You can follow the story. Like every mangaka has this down. It's like the basics, right?
Yeah.
And you don't even think about it when you're reading because you're just naturally following it. But for some reason, this guy, I don't know what he does, but he gets that wrong. Like it's so difficult to follow from one panel to another for me, at least when I read his mangas. It happened with Chainsaw Man, happened with this also. It was like very confusing for me to follow what was happening throughout. And it was very actually difficult. First of all, like of course his drawing skills were also not as good as it. Like in Chainsaw Man, of course you could see it improved a lot.
Yes, definitely.
From Fire Punch, where it seemed like the beginning. So even like the characters' expressions and stuff weren't getting through to me like at all,
Yeah.
Like I couldn't connect with anything.
The Attack on Titan feeling, if you will.
And like initially, if it doesn't grip me, like if I'm not hooked onto a manga in the beginning, I cannot continue reading it. Like I don't like do the thing where people are like, hey, just read for like one chapter, two, and then it gets better after this. I don't do that. Like if I don't like it, I just stop. I still read past the first chapter. I went to 5 chapters, but I couldn't continue.
Just one small thing. Like, see, I understand when people say read till this, it gets better. But this was a really big ask. Like, this.
Yeah, this was big. Yeah, definitely.
Reading the first few chapters is a really big ask. Yeah,
it was difficult. I told you how difficult it was for me to get through the first 5 chapters. I still gave, and after that I was like, I can't read this anymore because I had no clue what the fuck was going. And later Brew was describing things that happened in the first chapter, and I was like, wait, did this really happen? Did you read the same chapter of the manga?
I mean,
what Brew saw, I didn't see any of that shit.
It starts off on a fucking 100, right? It starts off with the kid cutting off his fucking arm and feeding it to people. So it kind of jars you from the beginning onwards, and you're thrown in into this absolute mess of a story right away. And then the future chapters don't exactly help if you think about it.
Like it's like each chapter is making a case for why you shouldn't read it.
Yeah.
It's like he genuinely wanted people to like stop reading the manga. He just thought, what is the maximum bullshit I can get away with? And he really debated a lot of people into reading the whole thing.
Dude, the thing is, like, we are like in the minority here, the way
we are definitely in the minority.
Most people fucking love Fire Punch. Like, they absolutely love that shit we're looking like. And that's why we checked it out. That's why we noticed it. We're like, damn, people really like Fire Punch. And I'm like, oh shit, it's by the guy who did Chainsaw Man. I'm like, okay, I see.
Yeah, and for some reason only I knew that apparently. These two beings.
I had no clue, dude. I was like, yo, people love this thing called Fire Punch, and yeah.
But yeah, okay. I'm going to. I have a few points, so you guys can go ahead before I go, so we can see that.
I said what I had to say, you know.
Okay.
It's kind of like reading the manga was kind of like a fluctuating like spiked heartbeat, if you know, like it'll be like small over here, then go straight 100, then go down again, then go straight 100 again. You'd be thrown with like the worst topics you could think of. It starts off with cannibalism, then it goes into incest, then it goes into rape, then it goes into bestiality, then it goes into rape again.
If you say the word too many times, Audi, our stream will be shut down by whichever service. So we use the word rope.
Rope. Yes, rope. Too much rope, if you will. So
yeah, way too much rope.
It's a common theme, surprisingly, and it sort of carries many chapters, and it doesn't even like ease into it, you know. It'll just be like, okay, that the setting is all nice, and you know, story is going the way it should, and then next panel will be like, I want you to have sex with my dogs. I'm like, yo, hold the fuck up. 1 fucking second. I was not prepared for that.
YouTube doesn't like understand your lines and then shut you down, does it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think we should be. Yeah, but yeah.
But I mean, I can't help it, right? That's what we read all this well. So we'll think of code words later on for things like this. But that being said, you're just being thrown so many of these things at the same time. Like for me, I stopped after a certain point. Like I couldn't read anymore because I knew like next 2 chapters the same shit is gonna happen. There was some lady who was making a movie of sorts, and even there she was insinuating rope, if you will.
Yes, she actually encouraged rope and said it'll be better for the movie. That's some shit even Kubrick wouldn't do, and he was like notorious for that shit.
Yeah, he's notorious for that shit, Clockwork Orange. But they're like, see, it's very different the way it's been used in both these cases.
I actually have a point about that as well, but yeah, Audi, go on.
And also, Audi, like, you know, before we also, can you like tell people about the story? What have you understood, like an initial anything?
My initial thought was that. I forgot the main character's name, by the way. Sorry. The only name I do remember from that was Doma.
Because the main guy kept... I know Agni. We are
Agni. That's what his name was. Agni, right?
No, I don't remember his actual name. I know that he's called Agni because... isn't that his name?
I think he was Agni. He was called Agni by his sister.
Brew doesn't remember. That's crazy.
Agni and Luna. Luna was the sister's name, right?
Okay.
With the odd this thing naming system for both characters, but you know, whatever. Fine. Fuck it. Agni, aptly named, the guy is covered in fire, hence Fire Punch. He basically got covered in something called Doma's Flame because he was one of the special... I forgot the term again. The special blessed people, if you will.
The blessed.
Right. He was one of the blessed, and because he was one of the blessed, the soldiers of that area decided to cull them. But
because they were eating the dude's hand, like they were participating in cannibalism, basically.
Pretty much. And then, you know, and they thought, okay, we'll use Doma's flame to clear out the whole village. But little did they realize that this kid would get so fucking angry that, you know, he just never die even because of the flame.
Yeah, and you're missing out on a couple of things. He has regeneration powers.
He has regeneration
that makes sense.
Average regeneration powers. And that's why he manages to survive through the flames.
No, but I thought all the blessed were born with regeneration.
No, they were born with different abilities. So Doma was blessed with the fire.
I see.
So
I saw
this
like
guy,
2 other people with regeneration as well. Like what?
yeah, there are other people with regenerations, but I mean, like, not every blessed is a regenerative blessed, but all regenerative blessed are blessed, if that makes sense.
Okay, fine, whatever. I thought it was like a common
Bless
trait
you.
among the blessed, but basically, my whole idea when I read it, I was like, you know what? The plot of this is going to be a revenge plot. It's going to be the man is so angry he can't fucking die. And he's just going to get his revenge later on. Basically, I was thinking of Doom. That's all. Doom the game. That's it. Guy is so angry he can't die.
And literally goes through hell destroying demons, yes.
Yeah,
and
basically.
he just keeps going on enemy after enemy, just like punching people, just being angry. I'm like, I am angry. Should I be fighting? And for some reason, in the middle of this like movie arcs, he'll just break out of character. Like you see him as this like cold, 1,000-yard stare guy with covered in flames. You think, he's the most scariest motherfucker on the planet. But then this film lady walks up to him and she's like, "Yo, can I be part of my movie?" What movie? Like, what happened to your stone cold character a second ago? What the fuck happened? Never mind.
no clue what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah,
Sid is as confused as Random Otaku usually is in our streams.
Yeah.
Ayo. But yeah, okay, I'm just gonna take a quick break over here and tell chat to chill a little because these guys are getting into an
That
argument.
chat is
Oh
fucking
my God,
fire.
yeah.
Holy shit.
Dan,
Calm down. Calm
firstly,
down.
nobody says you have to like One Piece.
Yes,
and
you can.
if I am
you
not
can
going to tell you
dislike
to
it.
read 500 chapters of One Piece to see if you like it. I'm
Yes.
just going to tell you to read the first couple of chapters and. Okay. So basically, all his messages got deleted again.
Yeah, but
Oh my God, what is?
I think the bot is basically like, yes. Oh, Forest Dan got timed out by Nightbot for 5 seconds.
pretty
I've
much.
never seen this bot work before, so yeah.
What is this? Yeah, this is the first time we're using this bot,
Okay,
so we have
Random
no
Otaku
clue what
was
it
also
does.
timed out. Hey, should we
Yeah.
disable the bot? We
Yeah, I
lost
think
Yeah, I
Disable
think we
the
should
bot.
disable it. Yeah.
it's culling whatever interaction
I'm
we
gonna
are
go to the
getting.
settings and disable it now, bro. You can continue.
Yeah, okay. But yeah,
Hey,
Dan,
we got
again,
a comment on Twitch, by the way.
Oh.
Polar Knight says this is perfect. It's like the evolution of beards. I think he's talking about.
my god.
Nice. Thanks.
Nice
That was-
one. Yeah.
Okay, Random Otaku, you need to chill. Also, Dan, you can. Okay, Sid, we really need to stop the Nightbot.
I'm
The
doing it
Nightbot
right
is,
now.
yeah,
I'm
it's
doing it
deleting
right now as
everything.
we speak.
We are
Yeah.
not a good use case for this Nightbot. It seems.
Okay, I removed the Nightbot. It
Yes,
should be
thank
good
you.
now.
Sorry for bot problems, guys. Mod
Yeah.
bot. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Again, Dan, the first 200 chapters might be terrible for you, and that is completely okay. That is not a problem. If you hate One Piece and you think it's the most overhyped thing in the world, that's cool. If you can explain your points for it, good job. I do not mind. And to anybody watching, I am not going to say I didn't like Fire Punch for no reason. I will explain my rationale behind it, and I will make sure that everybody knows I can talk to anybody about it. But don't take it personally. Again, you are not the mangaka, and even if you were, this is not something personal. This is just something that I read in
Yeah, there's
both
no
his
honor
manga.
to defend or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this dude is like a millionaire probably, and he doesn't give a shit about
Yeah.
you. So we're just bitching about him in one corner of the internet. Yeah, so there are a lot of problems with Fire Punch, and I do have a list, and I will get into that. But
Brew
remember,
actually went through it and he finished that shit.
Yeah, I
Clap
finished
for
it.
Brew.
I'm the only-
Clap
I'm
for
the
Brew.
I'm the only one of us who finished it because I wanted to have like talking points for why I
Yes.
think it's bad. And
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
and again, here's the thing. I tried the whole thing. Okay, it's not like I just skipped past chapters. I
he
did the whole
actually
thing.
did, yeah.
It is genuinely not memorable for me, and I usually have a good memory when it comes to stuff like manga.
Or at least among the three of us, but yes.
Okay, yeah, before we get into the points, as Dan says, I'm not taking it personally, but Random Otaku just isn't understanding what I'm saying. Yeah, okay, Random Otaku, chill out a bit. Sid, can we remove Random Otaku's timeout because at 600 seconds?
How do I remove his timeout?
I have no idea. Nightbot banned him for 600 seconds.
How long is 600 seconds, dude?
I can't do the
300
math.
seconds is 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
10. Oh wow, okay, 10 minutes. Cool.
Oh shit, that's long. Dude, I removed Nightbot, so I don't know what to do. But Random Otaku, sorry. We hope you'll be back. We removed the bot.
Come back, Random Otaku. That's fine. And yeah, Dan, you see, Dan, when you start comparing something to One Piece immediately after I say something bad about another manga, it definitely seems like you're taking it a little personally. But yeah, okay, here are my points. Okay, so Fire Punch, it is intentionally and very, very obviously just trying to be edgy to force a reaction out of you. So as Audie said, it starts off with one thing. It starts off with cannibalism, goes into incest, goes into genocide basically of the entire village, and then goes into more screwed up topics. And it is all just basically trying to force a reaction out of you. It's like, oh, look at all this terrible shit that's happening. Don't you feel bad? Aren't you shocked that this is happening? And it's just way too obvious. So genuinely did not like that. Okay, and they're trying to be really crude with any kind of sex or rope again to get reactions. It's not like any of that actually matters to the story. It seems like one of those things that people say, it's added for realism or something like that, which is terrible. And again, if that's your logic there, if your logic is that, oh, this is the real world, that's how it is, people get roped all the time.
He said he hasn't even read Fire Punch.
Oh yeah. That I can't do anything about. You seem to defend it, so I just said don't take it personally for that. That's all.
But anyways, yeah, continue, Bruce.
But yeah. So if your logic is that that's the real world and people get roped all the time and all that, it's literally about a world covered in snow and one dude on fire. Okay, so you really can't be telling me that realism is your angle over here. That's just a sad excuse. And then they bring in dog eating for some reason, and the two dogs that are shown not being eaten are used for bestiality, basically. Which Audie also mentioned.
By the way, you said in this manga, in this situation of this world, right, where like it's all cold and there's this one guy who's fire or something, right?
Yeah, basically.
You're saying the main purpose of the people is like, oh, everyone is just horny. Like that's the story, like point you were saying, right? Like that's what it's built on. They're just horny.
No, not men, not the men. The men. This manga takes a very sexist fucking angle.
Women don't have sex drives at all. What's wrong with you?
Okay, I see. Sorry, my bad.
And also, of course, they can never control themselves, and they must rope everybody they see, which is it's a very important plot point, guys. If a man sees a woman, there is no control apparently.
No, it's not they don't describe it that way. They say that it's a man's duty to impregnate a woman regardless of the method or the time.
Yes, and
because the women are supposed to be because the women's responsibility in the religion is supposed to be delivering babies.
No,
basically.
not only that. They're like, it is the way of nature. Men should rope women. That is disgusting. Like I don't know how many people who are watching are fans of this show, but that is disgusting. That is not what you put out in a manga. That's absolutely disgusting.
I read it. I'm like, odd hill to die on for the manga.
It's a very fucked up hill to die on as well. Why would that be the main message you want out of the first 10 chapters of your manga? Okay, and here's the thing. Here's how my points go after the dog part. Okay, I stopped caring. So then I said there's always something to do with vomit because somebody has to be vomiting in his manga. Okay, he cannot write one manga without somebody vomiting projectile all over it. Okay, and then I wrote unnecessary rope again.
Blue and vomiting.
There is unnecessary rope. And then my last point was this author just hates women. That's literally all I could say. That's my point.
I see.
He just hates women. I don't understand why.
Yeah.
But it seems like a neckbeard wrote the whole thing.
Forget.
I understand the irony of like three weebs sitting at home and calling other people neckbeards. Yes, it does not slip past me. But it seems like a neckbeard wrote the whole manga. There is so much sexism in it. It's not even funny, and we aren't even the type to be overly vocal about stuff like this.
Yeah,
where we're like extremely woke or
woke
something.
Like we're okay with reading a lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff doesn't offend us. But again, there's a way you said there's a way of doing it like properly with the story, and there's a way of like randomly putting it in for the fuck of it, right?
Yeah,
basically.
And everything was literally just for the fuck of it in this.
This guy is like speed running how to like hit all the fucking nerves of of society itself. Like how to commit every single crime in one manga. He covers all bases.
Like shock factor. Wow.
Yeah.
Look how
bro,
cool it is.
There's even a lot of like pedophilia as well. If you read it, like
Adi,
all
could
the-
you not say all these
Do
words
you
on the
fucking
stream? We
get
will
us
get
demonetized?
banned.
What is
my
wrong
God.
with you?
How-
Not
I don't
demonetized.
know
We'll
what-
get banned.
I don't know what words are.
Wait, Audi.
Kids
I thought-
Tiddler.
Yes.
Why are you slipping up? What the fuck? Control your language.
No,
Yeah, we'll get
it's,
demonetized.
I didn't know the word, but yeah, basically everything that you could think of is covered in this.
Yeah.
And people just end up the support behind it is odd for me,
And
because it's not even like there is a there's a motive behind it. It's just there. It's just generally made to make you feel disgusted, and that's all.
yeah, and again, as Sid said, it takes a lot to actually make us feel weird about something. Okay,
Yeah, it takes a lot,
We've
not
seen
even
some
kidding.
very fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
I went to 4chan once, and I was like,
did,
never
that
the
was a
same
big
again. I
mistake.
just read something
Yeah.
that scarred me forever. That is
Forever,
basically
yeah.
what it took to destroy my mind. But this manga was just like disgusting. It's just disgusting. It just the ideas it puts out are just absolutely unnecessary and all around rope. It's just ugh. I mean, I can understand why women don't want to be, let people know that they are into manga, and gaming was also this. The gaming is another thing that's plagued by stuff like this, where people just yell at women who do they go to the kitchen or whatever. So that I thought was the worst it could get. But here we have a world popular manga which is talking about how men are naturally superior and women deserve to be roped, and it's just, I don't know why. Who in their right mind thinks of a story like this? I genuinely cannot understand it. And again, I've said that the Berserk Casca rope scene was not necessary, but it seems like Miura had a plan for how to make it add something to the story later.
That adds a lot to the story.
Yeah, it was still very disturbing.
yeah.
I must say that one.
It was disturbing, of course. It was difficult to get through, and it had that shock value. But it's it affects the story, and what Casca is after it from that point. It affects their guts and Casca and everything, right? In
Yeah.
that scene.
And with the
We
latest
develop
chapter, it
unique
also
emotions
shows.
for all three characters.
What?
We develop unique emotions
Yeah.
for all three characters, because we have this image of the three of them, thinking, okay, Guts, Griffith, and
Hey,
Casca
Random
are all
Otaku's
friends.
back. But yeah, continue.
And then after that scene, you just think, holy shit, I'm not ready to accept this, but that's what they are. Griffith is this now big bad that he did this.
Yeah.
Guts is just mentally broken, and Casca is now
I think Casca was way more mentally broken than Guts. And physically, it
Yeah,
just,
she had nothing.
that was just like
a husk.
it was a very disturbing scene. Yes. No, but
And
again,
see,
there's another point I had by the. Okay, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's different. I was going to talk about Hiroya Oku, the guy. Even if we talk about seeing a lot of schmecks. I don't know if I can say, seeing a lot of sex and violence and stuff related to that in manga, something like Gans that we talked about, right? Oku, of course, we like Gans. We have no issues with Gans, right?
Yeah, Gans was a wild ride from
It was
start
a wild
to
ride.
ending.
Yeah, exactly.
I've yet to read it.
But even that, the story was approached differently, and there were reasons for how
A lot of messed up
characters
stuff
would behave
happening,
in the
yes.
story. Yeah, exactly. So that's also a different case from this.
Yeah, but the thing
definitely.
is, right, Gans was more about people, what they did when they were pushed to an extreme.
Exactly, yeah. And
Yeah, this is hey, I basically am a man. I just choose to do whatever the fuck I want with no consequences. And the thing is, there are even scenes where, so basically, okay, guys, these guys are apparently slaves, okay? Firstly, apparently women are just slaves. And there is a high-ranking government woman in the next compartment of the train, and they are basically roping someone in the next compartment. I do not understand how that would even make sense in the story. So it's just terrible. And also, if you are looking at media where, okay, so firstly, if you're putting out encouragement for the act, I think you failed as a storyteller, as a filmmaker, as any art, whatever. And if you look at Kubrick, when he made A Clockwork Orange,
yes,
that was a very disturbing scene, and it was
definitely.
genuinely, Yeah, it was
Definitely
genuinely
disturbing.
taken very. Okay, wait. One sec. I just got distracted. Ranamotako said I shall now mute this tab to protect my mental health. I see. So these guys see one of our viewers just
He hasn't even read
got
it.
affected.
He hasn't even read the manga and he's done. Yeah.
So yeah, when Kubrick had that scene in Clockwork Orange, it was very traumatizing for
dude,
people.
A lot of my
Controversial.
friends who watched the movie with me for the first time didn't like it because of those scenes. Like it still stayed in their heads.
Yeah, but the thing is, when Kubrick did it, it was about the dominance of power, and then later it became a story about how you don't get ahead of yourself. Don't think you're the hot shit because somebody is going to kick you down. Maybe even the same people you kicked down before. So it was supposed to show how bad a thing it was, despite how lawless society was over there.
And yeah, he was talking about the revolution in the 70s, which actually happened. Like he was talking about a real event that happened, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like it takes the act, that horrible act, and it then destroys your idea of it. It's like, don't do it. It's that bad. Like look at what happened to this guy after he did it. It was trying to teach us a lesson in some way.
It has consequences.
Yeah, exactly. And in Fire Punch, it's just like, dude, just that's what men are supposed to do. Well, oops, I guess it's okay then. And
Does
was
the
terrible.
manga ever fight those things by any chance, or does it just keep
So
happening?
here's the thing. So people have given this mangaka props for adding in a homosexual couple, except they're just like, yeah, I'm gay. So we had to run away from the city, like they didn't accept us. So yeah, we are oppressed over here, which is good.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad you addressed the point, but after demeaning women for like the first 20 chapters, are you really in any position to start advocating for other people's rights? Like how do you destroy somebody else's rights and talk about somebody else's rights in the same freaking manga? That makes no sense. It's I don't know, dude. Like this manga was absolutely disgusting. The ideas it puts out is just, I just can't stand it.
Are there even ideas at this point?
No, see, that's the thing, right? Everyone says like, oh, it's just a comic or whatever. The kids are reading this, and people who are very impressionable are reading this. Like I swear to you guys, I could go to any game you mentioned right now, which is online multiplayer, and almost every game I would find one anime profile picture. So people are getting influenced by this.
For sure, it is affecting people. Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is like, okay, say, you know what, people aren't getting offended. I can't think of a single woman I know who would want to read this manga.
Oh, definitely, definitely not. Yeah.
We even had this discussion on our previous episode, our guest episode with Nivedita.
Yeah, and I know people, not only Nivedita, but I know people who don't actually want to read even like One Piece or Naruto because of its sexism.
Yeah.
And like, okay,
most shonen manga actually.
Yeah, basically most shonen manga.
They don't touch that genre because of stuff like this. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like a whole new level, dude. I can't think of a single woman that I know in real life who would be even remotely okay with reading a bit of this.
Yeah, it would be too much.
It is just, god
I
damn
think
it.
You say that the kids read this. I think what do you think is like the cool factor?
Most dudes I know, like even my brother, would be disgusted if he read this. Yeah.
Like, what do you think would be the factor that sort of hooks them in? Because I always thought that the only thing that seemed vaguely interesting in the whole thing was dude on fire walking,
Dude, it's like
ice.
the teenage angst, like, oh, look so edgy, so cool, like that kind of thing.
It's basically
dude.
why everyone likes Sasuke.
That, yeah.
I see.
Fucking Sasuke.
But yeah, basically, do you all have anything else to add to this, or can we leave this
No,
behind us?
I do have a couple of things more, but one sec, another small break. Dan says, your fan, Random Otaku, said that Luffy doesn't want to be Pirate King and he just wants freedom like Eren Yeager. Yeah, except I'm not going to debate One Piece with you anymore because clearly I don't understand why you want to go on about it, honestly. But Eren Yeager, sure, he wanted freedom, but Isayama screwed up the story, so I can't really hit that part, can I?
Luffy technically doesn't want freedom. He wants to be free. There's a difference.
Yeah, and this thing, Random Otaku, if you're around, next week we will talk about One Piece. I will read it.
Yes.
I promise.
As long as Sid isn't sitting in the toilet the whole week, I think.
I will definitely read it.
Actually wondering.
Yes.
Is
I'm
Luffy actually not going to be?
Yeah, he wants to be Pirate King, but the idea of him being pirate, the idea he has of Pirate King is different from the idea another pirate might have of being Pirate King.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Like if he actually got to the zenith of it all, and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want it. I have reached here. Like I'm good. Take it if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Now we will go back to talking before we get back to chat. Okay. So here's the other problem I find with Fire Punch, which is that. Okay, so I went through a lot of forums, I went through a lot of threads, I looked through a lot of online discussion about Fire Punch and why it was so great. And most people generally agree that the first few chapters, actually the first 20 chapters or so, are just angsty and edgy for no reason at all.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So even fans of the show were saying the same thing.
Realize that, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, yo, just read until this chapter and it gets better. You know, the story takes a turn.
Yeah.
So okay, I was like, okay, you know what, screw it, I will give this a chance. I don't want to talk about this, and then someone on chat is like, yeah, you didn't even read the whole thing, bro, you know, you don't have a right opinion.
Yeah, it's good that you read the whole thing. Yeah, for
I was
that.
like, screw it, I will read the whole thing, I will suffer through this. And the logic was that everything was philosophical towards the end, and it really made you think. And I genuinely cannot see why. In fact, if anybody in chat has read this, I would love to know why you think it's philosophical, because the only thing I could think of was this dude, after massacring people, he was like, is the me that kills people the real me, or is the me that doesn't kill people the real me? Which is the real me? And I genuinely don't understand why that is supposed to be so philosophical. That is something that is covered by a lot of different manga.
Yeah, it's not philosophy. That's like basic concepts.
Yeah.
This, like, it's not. I don't see what's philosophical
I can understand.
about
I can understand if you're trying to make it thought-provoking through another aspect of the thing, but literally asking the question and making it the main point of the manga towards the end, which is what it was, him dealing with his regrets of murdering people in cold blood. I was like, I don't get it. I don't get why it's supposed to be such
Didn't he do it out of vengeance? So isn't it kind of justified for him?
Yeah, but then he's like, I killed so many other innocent people out of vengeance. They didn't deserve it. Only the Doma guy deserved it. And then he ends up killing kids afterwards.
see, even without having read the manga, it sort of throws another fucking twist at you.
I have no clue.
Yeah, like he finds Doma, and then Doma is like a
further.
reformed man, and he's trying to help these children grow up and become better and all. He's like, oh, I can't kill you now, you're a good person. Oh no, what will I do? Oh no. And then he walks away, and then he basically gets taken over by a ghost or something, and then he basically kills the kids and Doma. That's just how it works.
I see.
Yes, casual murder, why not?
Yeah, it's just like, I don't get it, dude. Like, what the hell is going on in this manga? And why are people this excited about it? I genuinely don't get it. I don't get the philosophical part, okay? I don't see why you have to look past the edgy part. I can accept boring shows, okay? Like, if you say the first 2 episodes are boring, wait till the 3rd episode, understandable, okay? Some things just go off to a slow start. It might not be boring for everybody. It might be boring for a few people.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I know a dude who fell asleep during Space Odyssey. And it wasn't just Audi. Audi's also done it, but it wasn't just Audi.
I know a friend, I went and he was watching I hadn't seen Space Odyssey, okay? And I went and on the projector, he was watching the end of Space Odyssey because it was the room, you know?
Yeah.
He was like, bro, fucking hell, dude, the teacher put this thing, it's so boring, I can't watch it, I almost fell asleep and it still isn't over.
Oh my God.
Imagine. And it's like my favorite movie ever, right? So yeah, there are people who get bored,
Yeah.
But again, that's a different thing.
Yeah, but
because Space Odyssey is too philosophical, I would say.
Yeah, that has the opposite effect, you know, where people are like, this makes no sense, and it's actually just like based in deep philosophy. But like, I know people who didn't want to watch Space Odyssey after a point. I didn't force them to watch it, okay, but still I can understand the point of saying, okay, it gets better after this particular point in time. But all this edginess, I don't think it's something people should just forgive and move on. I think it should be like a thing where he's called out for it, because as far as my understanding goes, this guy is very famous in the manga world, and he was even the judge of a TV show.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's like people are seeing shonen manga as this very safe thing where it's only all fantasy and superheroes and whatnot, and they sort of see Fire Punch as a manga where it doesn't do that. It sort of does the exact opposite of that. So that's probably why they see an appeal. They find some appealing.
So you're saying it's like an anti-shonen, like anti-shonen expectation
I don't know,
type
like,
of thing?
yeah, basically. It doesn't do it. It like does the exact opposite of what shonen is supposed to be, and yet it's still shonen for some reason, and it's attracting those audiences. So people.
But the thing is, there are ways to do it. Like, see,
There
we are
are
not
ways to do
opposed
it,
to
but-
breaking rules and like trying crazy shit. Like, you know, like.
Yeah, hell, I'm not
Even
even
if you see
opposed to you
art-
being edgy. Be edgy if you want.
Be edgy if you want. Like, the thing is, like, with arts, right? Even with arts, if you see art movements, like stuff like Dada and stuff, like, they're like, yeah, anything can be fucking art. I take a urinal and call it the fountain. Like, they made shit like that. Like, and like, of course, you can break rules and try crazy shit, you know, but like the way you do it is important.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what the
you're
mangaka
breaking
was
rules
thinking.
for society to change and get better. Like, that's why, like, these movements and all these things you see, right? You break the norm, or you break rules, or you, like, even big, like, great books and stuff. You're breaking the norm and the way society functions to make it better, not to make it worse.
Yeah, and my point from Chainsaw Man still stands here, I think, which is that if as an author you don't have if your reviewers or readers don't have a sense of what is right and what is wrong by the end of the show you're putting on for them, you failed somewhere. Like, nobody should be looking at a rope scene and being like, oh, yeah, makes sense, dude, makes sense. And this manga's points are something that really add on to that, I feel, because it's just like, men, you guys, you deserve this. Yes, do whatever the fuck you want. And I don't think that should be done at all. Hold on. Now Forrest Dan says, wait, isn't that a good thing? Oh, Random Utaka says, I understand what is happening.
Exploring the line between right and wrong.
I thought Dan was asking about
No, he's asking about this thing. Isn't it a good thing to explore?
Yes.
This is exploring the line
and encouraging
This
it.
isn't
and
exploring the
encouraging
line.
it.
This guy's
you can
dancing
explore
on the
it
wrong
as
side,
much
if
as you
will.
want. Yeah. See, again, you can show stories from the side of villains and all that. We've seen a lot of that, right? Like,
Anti-heroes, if you will.
yeah. But
and another thing I would like to add
the
is
way
that
it's done here is different.
Yeah. Another thing I would like to add is that if you show a villain destroying an entire city, if you show someone, I don't know, hacking the US anything and doing some, I don't know, you know, the stereotypical hacker thing where like a command prompt line is going down and then you're just like acting as if you're typing along. Or even if you show off something like, you know, I don't know, like magically destroying the one country out of existence. These are not things that you find in a day-to-day basis. You're not going to walk down the road and be like, I feel like blowing up a building today. And then you have something like this where it's like, men are superior, herd our strength, and that can easily leave an impression on someone who's growing up or going through puberty or something like that. It can really change the way somebody thinks about the world in a very bad way, because again, the story does not really say it's bad. They encourage it. They tell you how men are stronger and women deserve to be slave. Like one guy, as I already said, one guy tries to make them do it with dogs because they need some release. So,
there's a different way of doing it, you know, like the thing is, there are stories that, like, even if you see like villains that people like, that do crazy shit, that explode, like something like Joker from Batman. People like Joker, but people still know what he's doing is wrong. People understand that he's crazy, there's something wrong with him, and watching Batman doesn't encourage you to act like Joker, you know.
Oh, the internet, half of the internet disagrees with you on that. The people who have made so many memes and quotes. We
have a comment on Reddit that says art is not advocacy. So I'm not saying you have to advocate for something when you're putting out art. It's just that putting in intentionally destructive things and intentionally destructive thought processes out there without any proper reasoning for it is a way to lead other people down a darker road. And I genuinely think, as a person whose work is going to be shown to everybody, like, you know, I'm not okay, let's just say as a rough estimation, we get like 1 million viewers on the stream right now. Okay, I'm not oh my god, the laugh Sid is doing right there. But I'm not going to spew hateful shit on the stream, because that's just not going to help anybody. That's not what I should be doing as a person who's trying to reach other people. idea, the way you reach other people should be through your ideas, through your stories, and not just blatant edginess. There is no story. It's just edgy. And I don't know if you would call edginess an art, really. I can understand the manga form being an art. Trust me, we made an episode on that where we're just talking about how manga is an art form. But I really wouldn't say that being edgy is the way to go about it. That's all.
Yeah, there's a lot more you can do than just, hey, let's put this in for shock factor, I am actually blended into the story. Like, again.
Oh my god. I just saw Random Otaku's
what?
message. Sorry, why do you have Todoroki in the screen?
Yeah, I know. I also thought the same.
That is not him. That is the guy from Fire Punch.
Agni.
That's Agni. Yeah. Also, Random Otaku, I see you have become a little offended over Dan talking about One Piece all the time. He can do it. It's fine. That's his right to say something bad about it. You don't need to take it personally. Just as long as you both are ready to talk talk properly, have a nice dialogue, you can just debate about it. You don't need to get offended for somebody else. Because again, listen, as much as I love Oda, he's a multi-millionaire and he doesn't give a shit what we think. So
he doesn't give a fuck.
We can just talk nicely instead of fighting about it.
Some examples of like manga that show violence, like extreme amounts of violence.
Again,
and Kingdom. But there are good reason. There is a good reason behind it. We don't see violence for the sake of violence. We see violence because there are reasons behind it. Here, on the other hand, there's just random violence for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, and the thing is,
and there are lots of dark, even lots of stories that depict dark aspects of life. A lot of themes like that, like Bru talked about, like with Clockwork Orange, and a lot of things. Even if you see. Books like Metamorphosis by Kafka, it's heavily depressing and, existential, and, it causes you to believe that, your value is, zero and you should, die. But the way it does it is very different, The way it does it is very, very different. It's, you're experiencing, of course, it's someone, it's on superficially, it's this guy turning into, a cockroach, basically, but metaphorically, it's a lot more. How he's feeling, becoming a cockroach slowly. Every day you see his transformations, he describes it. So it's really dark, but it's still with a purpose, and it makes you realize and feel what that guy is feeling. And of course, there are also consequences. So there are people who express themselves in much darker ways, which you can't be offended by, because you're that's a freaking great piece of art. I totally understand why they do it, and you still have that human connection to it. When you're reading something as a human, you can relate to things, right? But here, when it's just done just for the fuck of it with no reason, you don't have that
connection.
Human connection. You're what the fuck am I reading? Yeah.
All I'm witnessing is crime, nothing else.
Forget even crime. It's literally just hey, men good, women bad, ha ha ha, where my money? Also, Worldwide Cooper says, how do you all feel about Jujutsu Kaisen? Which, sorry, I just wanted to quickly mention that, because I actually liked Jujutsu Kaisen. I didn't think I would like it too much, but I actually liked it.
I liked the first season. I saw the anime. You finished it, right?
Yeah,
the manga?
And my only thing is Gojo is insanely OP. I see no way anyone can beat him. So I think that's the one flaw in the story, but otherwise it's pretty good. I like it. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, so
the one thing I actually felt odd about the whole thing was how casually that sexist angle was dropped. With that one random guard just saying this is how the world is supposed to be. I figured something like that, this strong statement would be said in a more important panel, if you will, but this random guard just drops it. It just shows how strong that fucking logic is going on through this whole manga, and how he doesn't hesitate at all to just drop it whenever he feels like it.
Yeah, and also even the part where the other woman comes in, the filmmaker woman comes in, and she's you know what, just do it, just rope her already, so that I can have a better film in my hands. Okay, I understand you want to show that the character is cold and all that, but goddamn, I don't think that's helping either, because there was no reason for her to do it. They were already in the act. He didn't need to encourage it more. It just makes no sense from a storytelling perspective. None of the rope makes any sense at all, which is my biggest problem with the whole thing. Don't put in shit that makes no sense.
I think she's just straight up crazy. Fuck that.
Probably just straight up crazy.
She was going around the scene like it is a fucking garden or something. she switched from being like rope I need it for movie to killing like 20 guys in like no time whatsoever, just casually.
Yeah, and again,
And then she goes on to making the fucking movie again.
Guys,
which-
I'm so bored.
what?
Huh?
I'm bored.
Okay, we can.
You're repeating the
pretty
same
much-
points again and again. We've already made the point.
Okay, we can.
Sorry,
we can
I just had to say it.
we can quickly go to chat, and big random
Yes.
otaku said, you okay? The bot is gone. You are one of their first subs. Hey, okay, guys. Like I know we aren't like world famous or anything like that,
Yeah.
and we aren't going to ban people for having differing opinions. But if you do behave like an asshole, but any sexism, racism, any phobias of any kind, you know what I mean. And we will not hesitate to kick you out if you are harassing other people, irrespective of whether they are, regulars or not. Just don't be assholes while talking in chat. That's all. That's literally the only rule. Do whatever you want. Call us whatever
Be
you
nice,
want.
yeah.
Just be nice to
Each other.
Civil
Yeah.
discussion.
Always keep it civil. Please, for Christ's sake, keep it civil.
Gojo versus Goku. I think Gojo can destroy Goku.
I don't know. Goku is also like insanely OP.
Dude, that infinity shit is illegal, dude. That's like
It's
a broken
Goku.
ability.
He'll probably just die, come back, and then kick Gojo's
die
ass,
again.
and then Gojo will do it again. Yeah, I don't know. It's basically endless.
Yeah.
Goku
it's difficult to break
transcends
through that.
death. So do we really have anything going against him at that
Spirit
point?
Bomb break through that infinity layer?
Probably.
I don't-
What if he
Probably.
just sucks all of Gojo's energy out and throws it back at him? Like, screw you.
Yeah, you just freaking destroy him.
My
Are
God.
we
Okay.
counting Gogeta?
Gogeta is always the weaker one. You know that.
Random Otaku says Gojo versus Giorno.
Who I think Gojo wins. Yeah.
Yes, I do think
Definitely.
Gojo wins. Yes. For different reasons
Giorno
than you,
get
but still.
destroyed. Yeah. Even though I really like Giorno and I'm still saying that.
But yeah, okay.
But anyways. But yeah, let's
Those
move
are the
on.
topics.
No, we have one more topic. Control 9K came in with a what? Yes,
Saying
hello.
Giorno because he has a dream.
My God. But yeah, okay. So our last topic is going to be Berserk and the latest chapter. For those of you who haven't
yes,
caught
we
up
did
to
catch
Berserk,
up.
please do not.
364.
Yeah, we are telling you right now, 364. We are going to discuss it. So if you haven't caught up to Berserk, please do not view this
Hey,
stream
can
any
we leave
longer.
this for the end though? Can you talk about the thing you wanted to talk about and then do Berserk towards the end so
What did I
people
want to
can
talk
still listen
about?
in?
I forgot.
The
Whatever
new
you had.
manga that you read, the one you
oh,
didn't tell us
Manga.
about.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
let's do
yes.
that before
Oh, yes.
Berserk. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look for an image real quick because I actually don't even know how it looks with color because I've only seen a couple of panels.
It's blue.
Oh wow, I just had to type the first couple of words and it just came up. Yay.
Yeah.
It is pretty famous. Yes, you are right.
It is very famous. Yeah. people
Okay,
really
so
do.
I will put out a hot take right now, and I will say that I like
Is it a
this
hot take?
probably for the anime
Random
community
Otaku,
in
we're
general.
talking about Berserk towards the end. We're talking about something else now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I actually started another manga just for the sake
Yeah.
of it. It was on a list that Sid gave me, and I said I wouldn't
It was.
do it, I think. But then I
Yes.
started doing it anyway. And it's the slime, the time I got reincarnated as a slime. And I think this is better than Fire Punch. There's my hot take. I think the slime
agree, and I haven't even read it.
is better than Fire Punch. Much, much better. I am
But yes.
thoroughly enjoying it right now.
Bro
Okay.
has finally. Wait, first, can you officially announce yourself as an isekai boy? You
Yes,
like isekais.
I am the isekai boy of
Officially.
Weeb101.
You like
We don't have any other
isekais.
guys. I think I'm the first titled guy over here.
Yes, you are the first isekai lover.
Random Otaku says, I haven't read it. My friend recommended it on my birthday. Yes, you should read it. Actually, watch it. I think watching it is better. But also, Worldwide Cooper says, do you all read any webtoons or manhwa? I actually am a huge fan
We
of
do.
Solo Leveling. That's the only manhwa I've read so far. But I'm a huge fan of Solo Leveling, and I absolutely love it.
God of High School, the other one, Noble Ace.
Yeah, I was actually
Gods
going
in
to
the
start.
Wild, all
Was
that
it
stuff,
God of High School?
yeah.
I was going to start one more. I forgot which one it was. Like, it wasn't on
What's
the
the
list
other
though.
one, dude? Tower of God. High
yeah.
School and Tower of God. Yeah, those two. Yeah.
And
But the
Ranamotaku
anime
says I
was
only watch
not fun.
Konosuba. Yeah, Ranamotaku, this is a lot like Konosuba. It's actually really fun. So basically, it's, you know how it goes. It's an isekai. See, the dude is basically stabbed in the back, okay, and he's dying. And as he's dying, he's thinking thoughts like, oh, I wish this didn't happen. I wish that didn't happen. And he is given special abilities in this world. Except he wishes that he didn't get stabbed and die. So it gives him a body without blood. And he becomes a slime. Except the slime has certain powers because it, you know, those was his dying wishes, so to speak. And the slime is OP as hell. And it's actually a fun story. Okay, like it's not only about fighting people. Okay, it's not about that. There are fight scenes, but what he does is he makes first he befriends goblins. After befriending goblins, he befriends other races of monsters. Then he creates a village of monsters. Then he goes to human kingdoms and starts doing business with them and becoming friends with them.
Just as a slime. It's a small ass slime.
Yeah, as a small ass slime. That when he meets the humans, he takes on the girl with the blue hairs form. Okay, so that's a person.
Oh, so that's him.
So that's actually
He's
another
the
character, and he takes on her form because he wants to remember her after she leaves the place.
Yeah, Random Otaku asked a good question. How does he talk?
He just talks. He has eyes and a mouth.
Oh, he has
Yeah,
a
you can
mouth.
see there are like two slits on that bubble over there in the image. Those are his
I
eyes.
see.
I believe.
But is it?
And
does
he
it
has-
still
he has
follow like the
telepathic
game
talk.
world? Does it follow the game world? Like
Okay, so
Konosuba and all
it
that?
does. Okay, but then the problem is, it's like playing an RPG when you start off at level 50.
Okay.
So he doesn't start at level 0. He's already OP when he comes into the world, and then he becomes
So you
more
buy
and more
your way
OP.
into it. Yes.
Okay, worldwide Cooper says slime versus Gojo. Yes, you know what? Slime also very very OP, and Gojo also very. I genuinely don't know who would win.
Come on, dude, go just eat it or something.
And that's the thing. The slime can eat things, so he basically
But like
eats.
Kirby?
Yeah, so
Kirby, basically.
yeah, so
And he gets the
yeah. So, but
Kirby,
here's
yeah.
the difference, though. He can eat an entire dragon.
okay.
He can eat an entire orc.
Well, yeah.
Well, if you can eat a dragon,
Does he
yes.
open his mouth and a lot of wind come and it goes
No,
inside?
he goes on top of the character, and then the slime spreads all around, and then it just goes bloop into a little ball. I hit
my
my mic.
God.
Sorry.
See.
Yeah. But
He
it
just
is-
absorbs them and just consumes
yeah,
them.
he just consumes them. It's called Divar, I think. Was it? No, it's not Divar. Something else. Divar is Dota. I don't know what.
Yeah.
Control 9
Different
says
spell, but
slime
yes.
is like black beer.
Yeah, basically he just goes over like people and then he just
Yeah.
absorbs their powers and runs away. It's very weird. But my God, I'm telling you, like I'm genuinely enjoying it. The slime is like conducting business with people, selling healing potions that he can make. Okay, and then everyone is like, it's just a little bit slime, and then he has this like water cut which he does to people, and then he gets like a lot
I
of
see.
powers. And if you like, there's also this wolf. Okay, it's called Ranga, and I had a cat named Ranga. But yeah,
You
so
did?
he basically this wolf seems to be just like a normal companion, you know, like one of the animals you might find in an MMORPG that follows you around. And then this wolf gets pissed off because somebody hurts his ego by calling him weak, and he literally starts a giant storm of mini tornadoes going and destroying everything in its path.
You see.
Oh my God, like so far real good.
Wow. That's yeah, it's nice that you're enjoying it. Finally, you have started reading what I wanted you to read. But you've caught up, right? You finished it or you're still
No, I'm still
like, reading?
I'm still halfway through.
Okay. So it's just like Konosuba, where it's like these small arcs or like mini adventures. They go on like missions to finish things one by one.
Okay, so it's basically like that. Yes, you have multiple little scenarios that happen.
Okay.
And they're all just connected broadly by the story. And okay, here's this really weird thing. Okay, okay, one second. I'll answer questions as I'm talking because
Yes,
that will
yes,
help
let's
add on
do
to this
that.
discussion. So can he eat time or infinity? No, he can't eat time. Or actually, I don't know. He hasn't done it so far, but maybe he can.
Maybe if time is like a person.
Maybe. Okay, I'm not sure about that, but yeah. Also, Control NK says no, it gets a lot more serious than Konosuba. So I haven't gone to the very serious parts. Yes, it does have some emotional moments, but so far I've been finding it very humorous more than anything. And it's like very tongue-in-cheek, it knows they're self-aware about how much of a meme this will become, and I think that's why it's good. I'm not saying it's a great story, it's just a real fun this thing overall. Also, I have a couple of images which I will get, but one more thing I wanted to say is, can you guys see the characters on the stream?
Yes, we can. Yes.
So you see that buff goblin guy
on the right?
Yes.
That buff goblin guy is actually an old ass leader of the village, and apparently the slime, it can give names to people, and if it gives a name to someone, it basically powers them up. So that dude, you see, became that buffed up because he got a name.
What is his name?
I don't even remember. Oh my god, I forgot his name. So what he basically he can name creatures, or he can name monsters, and they become really, really much stronger. And they basically power up immediately.
You see.
Okay, also Worldwide Cooper says, and if you're talking about anime manga that crosses the line, which is worse, redo of Healer or Fire Punch.
Well, we haven't watched redo of the
Healer. Yeah, but from what I've seen so far, I don't think redo of Healer should even be considered oh wait, Sid, you got stuck over there in the stream, sorry. I don't think we should even consider it a anime or manga. I think it's like borderline hentai at that point.
I think no one, I don't think people liked it also, right, online, because I haven't checked it out.
So I'm not sure if that comes under the same category. But the Fire Punch thing is just the blatant sexism. Otherwise, it's just like a mediocre story overall.
But for those who want to know, the manga is written by Fuse, apparently. Slimy Sekai.
I don't know if it's Fuse or Fuse.
Fuse, if it's Japanese, Fuse or Fuse in English, and it's illustrated by multiple people, apparently.
Yeah, there are a lot of names on that.
Yeah.
Okay. I have.
Am I still stuck, or is it fixed? Is it delayed?
You seem to be unstuck. Wait, you're stuck on.
I'm stuck at such a weird.
You're stuck. I don't know why you're stuck. Wait, let me just switch.
This is my hand on my.
Let me just switch off your.
Reddit seems to be okay.
Okay, you're back.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. The way you're stuck. Okay.
The way I'm stuck was hilarious.
So I don't know if I have to zoom in this image, which I will do. I'm currently
stuck on Twitch still.
I
It'll take some time.
Okay, so I don't know how readable this image is on stream. For those of you who are watching the vertical stream, I can only show it on the horizontal screen. So landscape stream, I'm very sorry. YouTube or Twitch or Facebook or Twitter, they're everywhere. You can check us out over there. So basically, in this one, a dude in the isekai world who comes from Japan is basically saying the final volume of Dull Metal Alchemist.
Oh, I see. Dull Metal Alchemist.
So he basically died and came to this world before he could read the finale, and the slime recreates it for him. And this guy's like, I hate that. I don't know how it ended. I hate that. And then this slime is like, oh, you know what? And this guy's supposed to be like a guild master. He's supposed to be real pro. So he's like, hey, you know what? I can help you with that. Do you want to know the ending? And this guy's like, yeah, of course I want to know the ending. And this guy literally makes manga for him. Okay, and after that, there are a few references over here which I really enjoyed, and I will put that on the stream right now. Just 1 second.
For our audio listeners, he is putting it on the stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
And okay, this is really not great.
But try to describe what you see.
This is
for
really
not listening.
Great quality, but I will try my best. So basically, there is a manga called Brooch on the table.
Brooch.
and it holds. It's a guy who has black hair, is wearing a white costume, and is holding a katana, almost like a show named Bleach. And then there's Owari no Ippo instead of Hajime no Ippo. Sid, explain the Japanese this thing of it, because I think I'll get it wrong.
Owari is Hajime is beginning and Owari is to finish. The end.
So it's like Owari no Ippo, and that's pretty freaking obvious what that is. And above the Owari no Ippo is what seems to be him saying Hunter, Hunter, and there's Hisoka's creepy face on it.
I see. He's literally memeing other manga.
Yeah, he's memeing other manga, and this is like terrible quality. So I'm just gonna move this back to where it was.
Brooch.
And this is the dude who's like really happy with it. He's crying and he's like, "Wow, I was so sure I would never get to read more of this manga. Thank you so much, master. Thank you so much." And this guy's like, "I went from a mere slime to master. This is the power of manga."
Of course.
And thus he created a
That seems
new
fun,
industry
dude.
in the
Yeah.
isekai world.
Yeah, it's actually I see that's the thing. Isekai really just meme around a lot, and I really enjoy that. So I'm very happy with isekais. I
There
think
are
I will
lots
become
of it, but yeah, this is a pretty good one among them. I guess people
Yeah.
do really like it.
Yeah. See, guys, we do go with popular opinion at times. We aren't always against popular opinion, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now we can move into.
Height. Random Otaku is saying he continued hiatus ex hiatus.
Oh my god.
That's a nice one.
Hey, that's me. And poor guy's going through health issues, but yeah, it is on break like constantly.
And Forrest Dan, there are actually people who call him Brooch instead of Brew.
Oh my god.
What?
Forrest Dan has figured out one of my nicknames. I don't like this.
Yes.
That is not good. Okay, yeah, now we can move on to our final one. I will be talking more about the slime isekai, don't you worry, but I'll save that for the next episode and we can talk about this masterpiece for now. I'm
Yes,
sure
we are
everyone
gonna
has
be
thoughts. Okay, now we are getting into the Berserk last chapter.
Big spoiler territory.
Yeah, huge spoilers.
Big spoiler territory.
Please do not continue listening or watching if you haven't caught
This
up to
is our
Berserk.
last topic anyways, yeah.
Yeah, it's our last topic. That's
So
true.
if you haven't read it, thank you for joining us so far, or you can come back.
Yeah.
if
You can
want
come back
later
on Wednesday or on Saturdays,
Next
which is when we
Saturday.
usually do these.
Random
podcast
Otaku
episodes.
is saying sayonara.
Oh my god, he's already out.
Yeah, sayonara,
He's out.
Random Otaku. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you very much. Join
Yes.
us next time as well. But yeah, okay, Berserk. I will. Am I allowed to put out images that were
364.
there on?
I don't think we should. Yeah,
I don't
not
think anyone
right
can
now.
understand
not
that
right
image
now. No,
if
we
they
shouldn't
don't
put
have
right
context,
now.
so it's fine.
From the official volumes that we have, we shouldn't put the images out
Yeah.
right now. But we can talk about it. So, guys, how was the experience reading the last
I was
Real
surprised.
chapter?
I was surprised to say the least. Yes,
It hurt. Yeah.
it hurt. Yes.
Did you read the chapter before, like to just remember and
Yeah.
catch up?
Yeah. But well, I didn't read it actually. I sort of remembered what happened over there. I like after the news, I kind of read the last 10 chapters just to like kind of
Refresh
keep
yourself.
that in memory. Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, what a last
can't forget
chapter,
that,
dude,
yeah.
to freaking write. If that's the last thing you do, is fucking crazy. Especially, I kept telling her, the last page, how freaking
Yeah.
beautiful the
Dude.
last page is drawn. That's the last thing you drew, my god. It really hurt reading that. I was like, really happy and really sad at the same time looking at the last page, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just looked at the ceiling, wondering, shit, this is the last chapter. We had like this is officially the last chapter from the original
From the
Berserk.
great, yes.
Also, Dan
Miura.
says that was they really like the ending, and why not just put the
Yes.
image that was on the cover? Dan, we don't do illegal stuff like that. No. But yeah,
Also,
it was
you
insane.
say it's an ending. I don't think it's an ending. I feel like
I think it's a new
the-
beginning.
yeah, they show guts in a more like evolving sort of light. So there is a lot more. There's a room for a lot more improvement happening. It certainly is an ending for Kentaro Miura's work, but
Yeah.
we can't help it. We just have to kind of live with it.
But if you remember the things we were saying in the Berserk episode, I was like, listen, at this point, if Guts is pretty much done with his main goals in life, except for Griffith, so what, this could be the way they actually finish their fight. And do you remember we were talking about how it might be more of a metaphorical battle than just a
Yes.
small, well, the one major armed battle? It seems like that is coming into play here because Griffith might not even be physically there, so to speak.
that was pretty.
I think what I
don't know how
believe
to
is that
it was interesting.
the-
Yeah.
I think the idea of evil basically made a copy of him. He found Griffith to be the best candidate, if you will, for Femto.
Which
And-
you're saying there are two
And
Griffiths.
in this is like I'm just theorizing,
Or
but
these
basically,
head
Go on. Wait, go on. Let me listen.
but basically what
I'm
I was like, you know
interested.
what? Okay, in like a last ditch attempt in the whole scene, if you will, with Casca, what I believe was that he was trying to impart his good side for like a future for this moment in the last chapter, if you will. And we just thought it was just I don't know, like it's we saw what happened in the last page,
Yeah,
right?
but what the hell are you talking about? That's weird.
Why would the idea of evil do something like that again? What reason?
No, he's
does he have?
saying
'Cause he doesn't
Griffith
give a
basically did that to Casca to impregnate her with the good side of him.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's what you. Oh.
Yeah, because
Oh.
at the end, at the last page, that's what we see, right? We see the.
So, like, to save himself, he did it?
I don't know, like.
As Femto? So he was still in his senses?
Yeah,
So why
at
did
the
he do
time
it
he
if
was-
he was still in his senses, you know?
I don't know. Like I again, it's an odd theory, but it's
That's
the one
very
I could.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah, because they show the tiny thing transform back into the original Griffith, and I'm assuming that's.
That's strange if that's what you got from.
Yeah. well,
Well,
also-
I don't know. I'm just theorizing.
I liked what he said at the beginning. Like, if you're saying before he met like the state of transition at the idea of evil, but even that is this because the idea of evil wouldn't let that happen, right?
yeah, of course. Unless like everybody, above basic canon fodder thinks that Guts is useless. I guess. I'm not sure. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
But,
so,
yeah,
Dan
it
says,
was-
okay, so Griffith
Oh.
initially felt nothing upon the death of his comrades and wanted it to stay that way. Yeah, so I think like he did feel it because he does seem very emotional while it's happening. Which
Yeah, in the beginning, the Griffith is like totally different. Yeah, he does definitely show that he cares for
Yeah, but- and
the
also-
band of the Hawk. Yeah.
And Dan
Since he was
continues
reborn.
saying, but ever since he was reborn, he started experiencing feelings towards Casca and Guts. The only thing that really shocked me quite weirdly was that in the end you do see Griffith right there, and Casca is looking straight at him, and she seems
Yes.
shocked, but she seems fine. I'm not sure why her triggers are only happening with Guts and not with Griffith as well, because I like in such a situation I think she should be losing her head looking at Griffith more than Guts, right?
Maybe
Guts.
something to do with the hunter's mark. Maybe the mark itself is causing like trauma in her,
it's-
because she still has the mark.
No,
They
I think
can't remove that.
she's just traumatized because she was seeing Guts' face while everything
Probably,
happened
but
to
then-
her.
Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say that she was literally looking at.
But then you
Guts.
said like, yeah, you know, like here she's not facing that same issue anymore. So maybe, who knows? Maybe something to do with the mark, some relation with the new Griffith and the mark. Who knows? A lot of loose ends have been left after this, and there's a lot of room for theorizing and explanation.
No, but then again, it's just like one panel of where we see Casca looking at Griffith, so I don't really.
Yeah.
It could just be another reaction afterwards. Also, Dan's continued. He wanted it to stay that way because he believed he would find his happiness through realizing his dream of a kingdom. But ironically, the man who's affected the entire world, the man whom the plot revolves around, he was never able to actually feel fulfilled with his life. Meanwhile, we have Guts, who's practically a nobody. He hasn't achieved any of his goals. Dan really is dropping a full analysis of Berserk over here.
Yes.
Very see guys,
Appreciated.
we
Yes.
also do analysis, but apparently our viewers do it for us many times.
Surrounding himself with people he loves, he's the one who's happy.
I just hit myself with my ow. I swear, if everybody's watching for that, I'm going to get pissed.
I'm watching the playback for
My
that,
God.
but yeah, continue.
Sid is just like clipping it over there. Yeah, so I agree with what Dan's saying. He's saying like Guts hasn't achieved his dreams. He hasn't gotten revenge, but by surrounding himself with people he loves and he's the one who's happy. So in a way, Griffith didn't win. This was the final showdown. That theory makes a lot of sense from Guts' point of view because Guts is in a very good place in life, except for the revenge part of it. But
Yeah.
I also believe that there was an official source stating that Guts would be leaving his friends behind and going on another journey. So I'm not sure where I read it. I don't know the source for it. So I think it was on
But
Reddit.
yeah, I don't know. Like, so this is in the end, right? Technically, like Miura's assistance
Technically,
will
it isn't.
continue.
I mean,
right?
even if we have to say that Griffith has been reborn and this is going to be them, like Griffith sort of repenting for what he did and shit like that, there is still the God Hand. The God Hand still exists.
Yeah, exactly. The idea of even
Griffith's new Hawks, Legion of Hawks, still exists. So like Nosferatu, I forgot his name. Fuck. Nosferatu still exists. The knights under him still exist. They still command a whole army. Ganishka's army is now under the Hawk Legion as well. So there is a huge fight that is bound to happen at some point, whether or not Griffith wants to be a part of it. So will there be a conclusion to it? I don't think so.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
the thing is,
it's a very, very 50-50 thing, right? Because
I'm okay with it though.
Yeah, I'm very okay with it. But they did
I'm
say
really
that
happy. Yeah, with
they did
Berserk.
say that their thought process was going to be based on what the author thought, or what they would have done if the author was there at the time.
He's already given us so much to think about.
Like, see, all we know is that he drew this chapter, but if like other mangakas, he does his planning well beforehand, then there's a very good possibility that he would have imparted a good amount of knowledge with his assistants. He would have had a personal friend or someone he would have been talking with, regarding the story and whatnot, just to make sure it carries on in some capacity.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So that knowledge probably is there, but again, it's a big fucking probably. We don't know, because as we all know, the only guy who can do justice to the story was the author himself. Like, we can't.
Yeah.
Nobody else probably could pull it off the way he did.
Yeah, and okay, one sec, sorry again, but Dan just said this was the final showdown. I think the message so far is that you don't need to achieve your goals. You don't need a grandiose realization of your dreams to be happy. You can be chosen by destiny. You can literally be chosen by God, but you won't be happy that way. Yeah, again, agreed with what he says.
Agreed,
because
yeah, very good point.
Yeah.
Well, he just saw the Berserk episode and saw that I said all that. Okay.
Yeah, I know, we already said it, but yeah.
But yeah, that is, I'm okay with the story ending right now. What do you guys think? If this was
I'm
the
okay
last
with
chapter.
it. Yeah, I just said I'm really happy with how Berserk is, and that last page was freaking beautiful. I really loved the last page.
Yeah.
I just looked at it for 10 minutes. I was just looking at it. Yeah.
So I just have this sneaking suspicion that Miura probably knew about his health problems and probably thought that, okay, maybe he didn't know it would be this soon, but I'm assuming he knew that he didn't have too much time left because it was supposed to be known by him before everything happened, right? Because they said that he was been sick for a while. So I'm assuming that he decided to speed things up a bit so that he would be able to finish the series before he fell seriously ill. But it seems like, this definitely seems like a step taken in that direction, because
definitely.
It seems a little too weird that this chapter
planned.
is it seems very weird that this chapter, the last one, is the one where he has such a huge reveal.
Dude, it's crazy how this ending is not something we ever saw for Berserk, but somehow now if I look at it, it's like the ending I didn't know I wanted.
Basically, it's really, really
for the
good.
manga, it's that beautiful. This really goes in the list of beautiful manga endings.
And Dan also says, "Oh, sorry, you've gone."
I don't think it's an ending. I feel like there will be something in the distant future, probably, but then I'm still comfortable with it if it still ends here. I like this thing. There'll be tons of theories coming out on it. There'll be tons of stories based on it.
Maybe Weeb101 will make a video on it.
Maybe.
But yeah.
Dan says, I would have never expected an ending like this. All the ending theories I've seen so far were just bad. I don't like final showdowns or huge final fights with meaningless revenge, so this is far better than anything I could have imagined. Thank you, Dan. You paid me quite a compliment by saying the theory
it actually fits there. Yeah, I think the ending is beautiful. Yeah, I'm totally happy with it.
Yeah, well, it's I would from an art form type of way or a story type of way, that perspective, it's sad that we don't get to see more, but unfortunately,
Yeah, of course.
it is what it is.
See, there is beauty in not also getting things that you want also, right?
Sure.
Yeah, there is. I think there is.
There's beauty, but would you prefer the beauty of seeing it ended with Miura still
No,
doing
but
it?
that's what makes it like more valuable, right? That you won't get more of it.
Yeah, but okay, I would still
Yeah.
appreciate
Like, see,
it if
bro,
his assistants
for
took it
something
on.
that you'll understand more. Like you'll never see Tony Stark as Iron Man again.
My God.
But it's beautiful that he was. Like, even though you want more
I
of it, it's
care
okay.
so
right?
much about.
I know, but I'm just saying it because
Also, you
you
said
really
Tony
love the
Stark
Iron Man
as Iron
films.
Man. You
Oh,
mean
sorry,
Robert
you know
Downey
what I
Jr.,
meant.
yeah.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. See,
that's the thing.
I
For
said
a
that
good
because
while,
you
he
really
still-
like him. Yeah.
For a good while, he was like, you know what? This shouldn't have been the way. They could
Yeah.
have gone this 100 different ways, but Iron Man dying was not the way they should have done it.
But
Yeah.
it's still beautiful that happened. It's still a really cool moment.
I
because
felt like
of-
he deserved an ending at the end of the day.
So just saying, I just said that because Brew could relate to it. But
Okay,
anyways,
fine.
yeah.
I was a little, slightly, just a smidge affected by Iron Man's death.
A smidge, he
Yes.
says.
In other news, Johan. Oh my God, why are we memeing Johan in this?
Well, I guess it's we started with now Kurosawa. He wants to end with now
Now
Kurosawa.
Kurosawa, But yeah,
I'm just glad that Berserk actually spawned up a lot of other content from its own. This thing, like every other person who saw Berserk for what it offered, they created their own IP. Like
and now please learn how to end stories like good mangaka do. Please, manga endings are the worst. But this one was pretty good, I must admit.
This one was pretty freaking
I did not
good,
see that coming at all. Also, it is now my head canon that Griffith has a small PP.
I'm not going to comment on that. I'm done talking about Berserk. Can we move on? Roll credits.
Listen, this is proven. Okay, I'm that meme right now from the show. What's the show? Freaking hell. But yeah, basically, look,
it's always sunny.
the kid had long hair. Griffith's hair was the same size. It just changed, same length. It just changed color. So something else must have also changed color but remained the same size. Same length.
Was your
Yes.
dong touching the ground when you were a kid?
What was my?
Dong touching the ground when you were a kid?
No, but neither was my hair, So why is the hair length the same and not
There
other
are lots
parts
of
the
kids with
same?
long hair.
my
That's
God,
a weird
man.
comment. Forrest, I don't agree with him. Oh my God, look at him.
What did he say? It hasn't loaded for me for some reason.
He said, good theory. Can't
Oh
wait to
God.
see Griffith give birth to King.
Yeah, this is where we ended.
Okay.
We should have rolled credits already.
I will just put in one final image and then we can go. Okay, here
What
is.
image are you
No,
putting?
don't put the.
No, I'm not putting any weird stuff.
what are you
This is a
putting?
No, don't
tweet.
put the last panel.
Oh, I thought you were putting some Ging related theory.
I would like to actually, but this is a tweet. So this was supposedly someone from. I don't know who this person is. Okay, I'm very unknown in the ways of the world. But this person says, I just read it out. Narrative order: the past of the Skull Knight, then finally Guts and Griffith cross swords. The battle seems to take place not once but many times. Then you have the journey with Guts and Shirke ending, and then a new chapter begins. The main character remains Guts. And if you move the image up just a bit, he says Miura didn't say that Shirke directly. It was Shirke directly, but it did say that his friends. So I assume he meant the usual people. So this was what was shown on Reddit as well. If anyone is here from r/Berserk.
Who is the guy? Can you show his name?
Oh yeah, one sec.
Behe Gochi.
Yeah, Behe Gochi. So
I don't know who he is.
I'm not sure who this is, but this was on a Reddit post which I read, and I was like, okay, that actually might be something. So yeah, hopefully we get a continuation of the series. I would definitely love to watch more. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way
But
it is.
also
So-
like stories on like the other characters, like you said, the past of the Skull Knight. The theory that he is supposedly King Gazerik.
Yes. Yes, of course.
The first
Obviously, duh.
Forrest Dan is saying he actually wants to read it now. You're making him want more.
Well, that's the magic of the brew.
It's the magic of the Miura.
And the brew and me. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for this episode. We are going to come back on Wednesday, which is in 2 days. Which is in 2 days. And we have 2 days to prepare all our topics. My God. Also, Dan says, I really don't know how Johan became the mascot. Don't argue with Johan, okay?
There are reasons, I think.
We will tell you the backstory in another episode because now we should be back with more stuff next week.
But it is my fault.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have some slime isekai stories or slime isekai theories which we can read because I'm enjoying that. But
Yes.
And also thank you Reddit for bearing with us. We are not downvoted to oblivion. Thank you Dan for still being here, and also
Thank you.
Also, Random
whoever
Otaku
else
has
is
left. I think
listening.
Random Otaku just left.
Yes,
He was serious about that shit. He just immediately left. And thank you
but-
everyone else. Next week we'll have some
Thank you,
Johan
everyone
theories.
else.
Yes.
And we shall be ending the stream in 3, 2, 1. Okay.